May I now request Mr. Richard Rekhy and Professor C. Madhava Kurup to join the students on stage. As the chair of our first session, we're joined by someone who bridges the worlds of technology, strategy, and inner transformation. Professor Madhava C Kurup is Associate Professor at the Asian School of Business, Thiruvananthapuram, specializing in strategy and systems. Before academia, he spent 30 years in the IT industry, including leadership roles at IBM India, where he served as technical vitality leader. An alumnus of College of Engineering Trivandrum and IIM Bangalore, Professor Kurup has also designed leadership development programs for technical professionals across India and abroad. Beyond his professional journey, he's been a dedicated volunteer with the Art of Living Foundation for over 20 years and currently serves as Kerala's State Teacher Coordinator. A passionate nature lover and photographer, his writings on environmental awareness have appeared in leading publications. Please join me in welcoming Professor Madhava C Kurup as he chairs the first session of the day. I'd like to request you, sir, to introduce Mr. Richard Rekhy and guide us into the heart of today's conversation.
Good morning, Trivandrum. It is indeed great to see so many bright, sharp minds bubbling with enthusiasm, and it shows that nothing can dampen the indomitable human spirit, whether God can't do anything to get all of you out here. And it is indeed my pleasure and privilege to introduce one of the well-respected, well-known leaders in consulting and professional services industry, Mr. Richard Rekhy, Vice Chair, Grant Thornton, Bharat. Richard is presently the Vice Chair of Grant Thornton, Bharat. He is a qualified chartered accountant and has over 40 plus years of experience in consulting and professional services. And he has worked in leading organizations like Arthur Andersen, Ernst & Young, and KPMG, where he had spearheaded the firm in various capacities. He was the Chief Executive Officer of KPMG in India from 2012 to 2017, where he was a member of the Global Board and the Council of KPMG International. He was a board member of KPMG Dubai till December 2022, where he was helping the Dubai firm in their transformation journey. Richard is a non-executive director, IOTA Analytics UK, and independent director, PSB Alliance, and a director, Instill Motion Labs Private Limited. Additionally, he is a member of the Board of Governors of Asian School of Business and Management, ASBM, and IIM Sambalpur. Further, he is one of the founder members of Will Forum in India. He is a council member of AIMA as well as the member of AIMA's Board of Studies and Audit and Finance Committee. He is also an advisor to Speak In, Asia's largest speaker bureau, empaneling expert speakers for events in the region. He is also a member of advisory board for the Huddle Venture Fund Limited, RDLX and Equator. With more than 40 years of experience in professional services, Richard is admired for his clinical approach towards corporate governance and enterprise risk management. He is affiliated with leading business enterprises, domestic and worldwide, and is also an active member of diverse industry associations and trade bodies. Richard is a speaker at international and domestic forums and has traveled extensively around the globe and is a respected voice on a range of social and economic issues. It's an honor to have you here with us, Richard.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
wait and
Thank you.
hear from him and listen to his words of wisdom. Welcome, sir.
Let's bring that. I'll speak. Thank you very much for that, Professor, for that very warm welcome and for all those kind words you said. I want to thank AIMA, I want to thank Trivandrum Management Association for inviting me here to give me this opportunity to be amongst you and to share some of the things that I've learned in my life. And good morning to each of you. I am surprised that so many of you turned up despite the rain and the water. I came last night at about 12:30. I reached this city and it was a very bumpy flight. And I was welcomed with the rain and obviously some flooding along the way, but I reached my hotel and I'm here. I have, from my side, I try at least every year, at least to speak at one or two of these shaping young minds, because for me, I believe our future is the youth, and we heard the morning speakers talk about it, so I won't repeat that word. But I think before I get on to something, it's important, one word which Madhav said about commitment. I think commitment is very important. And I tried to speak to the All India management and said, okay, can we change it? Can we move it forward, backward? Can I be speaking later? Because I had something which had come up so I had to cancel that and I still kept my commitment. I just want to tell you one story. When I was at Arthur Andersen, I was asked to, before anybody could join the firm, the people had to go through a 15-day training, mandatory training outside the firm before you entered the firm. And that school used to be in India, conducted at Aurangabad. And I was asked to go and be the head of that school, conduct the training. So there was one flight, I used to live in Mumbai those days, and I went, took the flight. I was to take the flight, but by the time I reached the airport, it was late, and I missed the flight. Actually, I reached the airport. The flight was just about to take off. I thought I'll get on, but the pilot closed the gates and moved off. So I called up my secretary and I said, how do I go? She said, now you go to VT station. If anybody's been in Mumbai, Santa Cruz Airport, VT station at the other side. The VT station at the other side. And so it was a long drive back. And there was a train going to Aurangabad. I reached, so I said, I don't have a ticket. She said, don't worry, buy a platform ticket, get on the train. On the way, the TT, you can buy a ticket and get on. So I bought the ticket. As I took the ticket, the train also moved off. So I said, what to do now? So she said, okay, I'll arrange a car which will drive you to this place. So I got in the car. There were 2-3 other people who missed the train, so they also came with me in the car. The AC conked out midway, which was okay, no problem, the car is still working. And then the car conked out. And this was because it got overheated, the car conked out. So we said, okay, we have come so far, we're almost very close to Aurangabad, let's take a bus or whatever. So we got down, we were trying to flag down a bus. In the meantime, this fellow said the car I fixed it, but I'll go very slowly because it's heating too much. So we reached the venue half an hour before the session was to start. So I'm just trying to say, when you give a commitment to something, you need to honor it. If you break one commitment, you will break every commitment in life. And so when you commit something, or don't commit, say I can't do it. It's better to be honest. It's better to tell somebody I cannot make it, and then we move on. So before I get into my talk, I just thought, first we should understand the world in which we live. We are going through, people may say it's one of the most traumatic experiences in the world. I don't agree. We are going through a change. And this change is going to get us to something much more better than where we are today. And in every change is painful. It hurts that generation or that set of people. But we are going to get onto something. And we heard the Air Marshal say about, you are the future. And you need to ask us, the generation who's there now, as to what kind of future we are giving you. And you need to demand it. And you need to say, we don't want this future, or we want a different future. You know, I was talking to somebody, and he said that one of the best prime ministers UK ever had was Margaret Thatcher. And the question is Donald Trump going to be the Margaret Thatcher of the US? Because what he's doing for America, no other president has done. And I think we may have our own views, we may have our everything. So we have this America first again. He has created a tariff war. He's using it for negotiation. He, being a businessman, knows how to negotiate, so he continues his negotiation. China is calling for global business open markets. There's a conflict, and Europe is trying to get bold. It's trying to get its own act together. In fact, they're coming together. Europe is coming together, and for the first time, we are seeing energy in Europe, which was never seen for so many. We thought Europe is dead. Everybody was predicting Europe is over, the story is over, but they seem to be bouncing back. And of course, new collaborations are emerging. We saw our Prime Minister visit China, Russia. So there are other new kind of partnerships being forged in the world. And what are those partnerships going to look at? Cyber security is a big issue. Cyber security is the biggest threat to mankind today, if you ask me. It is such a big threat. It just doesn't hit your IT systems. It can break your installations, your power plants, everything that you have, which is run on technology today, can be destroyed. So that is climate change. We are seeing it around. Don't need to talk about it. Climate change, you can see the way the rain is unprecedented all over the country, flooding, people's lives getting lost, damage to properties. I mean, it is that scale now. It is, okay, it happens, but, and we have broken supply chains. The supply chains that we have today, COVID showed that the supply chains were fragile. And if you know, a new word emerged called anti-fragility. So how do you make yourself, and this is for you all also, you need to ask yourself, am I anti-fragile? Or do I break at some small thing comes and I break? And I get stressed out. In the younger generation, the big word which has come out is stress. Why are you stressed? We have gone through life. Nothing to be stressed about. I think, you know, the point is, if you are focused, if you keep your focus right, you find out areas and how you can de-stress yourself, I think life will move on. And you need to find that. We kept hearing about the word Gen Z, and I think Gen Z needs to find that. I was doing a video shoot at Grand Thornton. We are 90 years now in India. We are doing a video shoot with somebody like me being there, and a 23-year-old new recruit who just joined the firm 3 months back. And there were a lot of Q&As. And what we found, that there was not too much dissimilarity in the way he was thinking, the way I was thinking. It was not rehearsed. It was just questions asked to us, and the answers seemed to, which I was surprised, my favorite music artist was his also. So life is, it is not that we think that everything is completely changed and not. People have views, so we should respect it. That's all I'll say. So leadership journey, I remember when I was the CEO at KPMG, I made somebody the head of a practice, and he came and told me that nobody is listening to me. I said, titles are given, respect is earned. I can give you a title, but your respect you have to earn. And respect comes from the way you work. Nobody, people will respect the chair because they are scared. Anything? No. Huh? I'm changing. So the respect is earned, and we should see how we are able to respect each other wherever we go. It's respect for one another. From our work, we get respected. If you sit down in your office, or you youngsters who are going to go and start your jobs, if people come to you, why do they come to you? Because they can learn something from you. Don't be a server where things come to you and they bounce back. You have to become somebody. Every interaction of yours needs to be impactful. Today, if you come and speak to any of the most senior people, why will you come and spend time with somebody? You will spend time because you hope you will learn something. If you don't, you will stop spending time. You've got many other things to do. The choices are too much. So I think we need to see how we can make an impact and how we can add value to every conversation that we have. Sorry. What is happening? So these are two pictures that I put here. Have you heard of Jensen? Anybody heard in the crowd, Jensen? You have heard? Who's he? Sorry? NVIDIA. Have you read his profile? Have you read his profile? LinkedIn profile? What does it say? I'm not able to hear. Okay, so Jensen is the CEO of NVIDIA, which is today the most valued company in the world. If you look at the India stock market, or where we are, which is about $3.some trillion, and you look at NVIDIA's $4.3 trillion, one company. It's an AI company. They have developed a GPU. They've got into data centers. His CV reads dishwasher CEO of NVIDIA. That's all. This person built a company and he bet on something for the future, which at that time nobody knew. And just to let you know, this entire project came to Intel, and Intel board rejected it because they didn't believe there was the future in a GPU, and they felt their processor was how a computer works. And he developed, because he says, you get in the computer, then you want magic. If you want magic, GPU is the place where it happens. And all of you who are on you know the GPU, what it can do. And so he bet on it, and today he's built a company which is 4.3 trillion. From nowhere he came. I mean, nowhere he came means he was not in the top kind of thing. And if you are not following him, my personal suggestion, just listen to his talks. Amazing. It's a master class in what you should do in your life and how you should build your life. And also you will learn technology. Both the things, it's very good. So this guy is really good. The picture on the left is the Sri Lanka team winning the World Cup for the first time, the Cricket World Cup. And the reason you'll say, okay, why didn't you put the India team, why do you put the Sri Lanka team out there? Dave Watmo was the coach of the Sri Lanka team. Sri Lanka was not in the reckoning. At that World Cup, it was very clear either India will win or Australia will win. And Dave Watmo told his boys, go enjoy your cricket. I mean, there was no chance of Sri Lanka ever coming out there. He did one thing which changed one-day cricket forever. He had two pinch hitters in his team, Sanath Jasuria and Ramesh. I can't pronounce his second name. I may be wrong in pronouncing his name. There were two of these pinch hitters who used to come towards the end to blast the bowling. He said, no, you come and open. So completely destroy the bowling attack in the first few overs, score the maximum runs. And that's when you see people like Sachin Tendulkar and all later on came in, because they realized that if you come as opening, you can actually do a lot of things. That opening which he did, two things he did. One, he brought these pinch hitters as openers. They demoralized the bowling attacks. And if you remember in that World Cup, it was happening in India, there was a fire at the Calcutta Stadium because the crowd could not accept that India lost to Sri Lanka. And, but Sri Lanka went on to win the World Cup. And I think two things he did. One was the openers he changed. So this is out-of-box thinking. Nobody ever thought about it, right? Who would bring an 8th down batsman to come and open the innings? And the second thing he did was, in the middle overs, he brought in the spinners. So these are the two models which have now worked in one-day cricket, and it's now consistently followed by most teams. This was done when they were down and out. Nobody gave them a hope they'll win. And they won that World Cup. So, Usain Bolt, we hear about Usain Bolt, we see all his antics, we see the way he comes before the audience, very, funny, joking, even before the race, after the race. But do you know that he was almost not going to run? He had a hamstring problem. He was a natural athlete. He was very fast as a natural athlete, but he had a lot of medical problems. He had a problem, he was very tall, 6'5", so he had a back, his issue. His coach worked on him. And he had two problems. One, he could not start properly. His start was always slow from the block. And you're doing 100 meters, start means you're gone if you cannot start. So he worked on that first. How could get him to start first? Worked on his hamstring. What he did, Usain Bolt was so disciplined. He put his full life into the thing of his coach. He just listened to him completely. Whatever the coach told him, he did. And we've seen what he has done. I mean, he's the fastest man in the world. His idea was, I want to leave a legacy which nobody can come anywhere near it. And that's what he did in the 100 meters, 200 meters, relay. Of course, now he's having medical problems. All this excess training has come and affected his personal life. So what is the slide trying to tell you is that what people see is the success. I read somewhere a comment, for 2 minutes of running or 3 minutes of running, he earned millions of dollars. But people do not know, it's not that 2 minutes or 3 minutes that he ran, but the amount of practice he did, practicing to become what he became. So the hard work, the courage, when people were enjoying life, he was sweating it out, going through a lot of medical problems, a lot of, getting his body rejections, criticisms. So that was Usain Bolt for you. And I just want to put this, what you see is just a small portion. You don't see the bottom portion. So whenever you're looking at somebody's life, give you a simple example. You go into a 5-star hotel, you see the glamour in the front, but that glamour in the front is just the front office. But what goes to make that glamour is what happens at the back office. And that is what you have to see. So for any organization, if you don't have a strong back office, your front office is useless. Completely useless. And the army and the forces teach us this. All the command and control is at the back. The soldiers and everybody else goes to execute it. So I read a book called Leading from the Back. I said, what is this leading from the back? And the author said, I learned it from the army. How you lead from the back. And he was very successful. He was a vice chairman of Tata Motors. He's the guy who brought Tata Motors to what they did. He did the Jaguar Land Rover acquisition for Tata Motors, Mr. Ravikant. So I remember when I was at KPMG, I used to stand in front of my town halls and speak. I said every 2 years or 3 years, reinvent yourself. Today, when I talk, I said every 1 month you have to reinvent yourself. Life is changing so fast. Today you have one AI application, which is considered very good. Next day somebody comes who's better. third will somebody come even better than that. So you have to be on top of the game. You have to be a visionary. This is not my saying. I read somewhere, somebody said what was science fiction yesterday is reality today. So if you want to be trying to conquer the future, start watching science fiction, because that is going to become reality tomorrow. So you get on top of it now. And there is one very big industrialist in India who does it. Every week he watches a science fiction movie, the newest. And his company is right on top. You may know who I'm talking. I don't want to reveal personal secrets, but and his company is on top. So all the science fiction movies he does, he tries to implement in his company, because he's trying to conquer the future or read the future and say, how can I be ahead of the future? So I think we heard about critical thinking. In the morning, you have to be critical thinking out of the box. Today, innovation is no more like a one, earlier I remember when because I've seen life through. So innovation is a small team of people put, okay, innovate, karo. Today, everybody has to innovate. You can't say, I'm not going to innovate. You can't say, I do not know technology. If whatever field you'll be, whether you are HR, whether you are a professor, you cannot be away from technology, or you're the CEO of the company. You have to know technology, because technology is what gets you where it gets you. So I think that is something that we need to. One very important thing we learned today, I think Air Marshal, I know, and both the speakers, actually, morning speakers said that, that you read books, you read. I will just leave one point with you. Every day, start today. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is not known. The only day you have is today. Go back today and every day commit to read 30 pages every day. Let me tell you, when I was young, I was a voracious reader. And I've read, you don't need to read management books, you don't need to read your studies and everything. You can read anything you want. Read gives you knowledge. And I'll tell you why. Warren Buffett read books, became a billionaire. J.K. Rowling wrote books, became a billionaire. Jeff Bezos sold books, he became a billionaire. You want to become a billionaire? Get into the books. And all of you can become billionaires. So these are the three big personalities whose entire world was built on reading books, writing books, or selling books. And Amazon, you see where it is today. And each of you, like many of you, I was talking to one of the students who had come and met me. So he said, I'm going, this is my second year, I'm going to get a job. The one advice, one should not be here giving gyan, right? But the one advice I leave to you as you go to get your job, never sell anything that you will not buy. Never sell anything that you will not buy. Because in life, you got to be honest, you got to be absolutely clear what you want to do. Your destiny is in your hands. Nobody else determines your destiny. And that is something you can't blame the universe, ki this has happened. Your destiny is in your hand. It depends how and you should always be in the driver's seat. You should be driving. You should be writing your own story. Don't give the pen to somebody else to write your story. Write your own story. And let me tell you, many of us don't realize. A lot of people, you all are sitting in this auditorium. I don't know how many kids would have wanted to be in this auditorium. Consider yourself the privileged and fortunate people to be sitting in this auditorium because of your studies or the reason you are here. And we should be also grateful for what we have got and how do we actually take it forward. The Oberoi Hotel has something called anticipatory service. They anticipate what a guest wants. And they are able to give it before a guest. If you ever walk into a Oberoi or Trident and the way they will greet you. So I remember I had stayed like 1 or 2 times at that hotel. And the guy comes and asks me, so can I get you your normal breakfast? I said, what's my normal breakfast? So he said, but I said, I've hardly stayed here. So then I said, please sit down. What else you know about me? Because I started getting worried now. What do these people track of a guest? And so anticipatory service is something that will get you ahead. And that is the calling card of the Oberoi group. This course is taught at Harvard. And it's a very popular course out there where Vikram Oberoi himself goes there to deliver. You know, they do the case study and then at the end they call the promoter or the owner to come and speak. What do they mean? And that's a very popular course in Harvard, which he does. So these are three, they're very diverse fields. One you can recognize is Ratan Tata. If you don't recognize the second person, it's Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett said, you lose millions of dollars, I will not say anything to you. But if integrity is questionable, even for a small amount, you're out. I will not tolerate anybody who. So for him, it was not about making money, it was making money the right way. And we have seen how this one individual who led a very simple life, he was not living in mansion. He used to live in a 3-bedroom apartment. One of the richest men in the world. He used to drive an old car, second-hand car. You know how he used to buy stocks? He would go to the grocery store, pick up something, he liked it, saw which company he used to buy the stock, if he liked it. Because he said, customers, if they like something, this company is going to do well. Okay, I'm just giving you one kind of answer. But that was one of the reasons why he used to buy certain companies. Obviously, he had a big research department and everything else. Ratan Tata inherited the Tata empire, lived the values of what Tata stands for. I don't know if any of you have gone to the Bombay House, but if you go to Bombay House, the headquarters of Tatas, you know what greets you? What would greet if you go into a big corporate? Tell me, what would you like to see? A fancy building, great security guards. You know what greets you? 4 to 5 stray dogs. 4 to 5 stray dogs who is adopted. And they're still there. I went recently now to the Tata house. I thought, Mr. Tata is not there now. And those dogs are very friendly. You go coax them, pet them. They are, very happy. You're talking to them and all that. And one day, somebody was telling me, he came down, the security guard was shouting at the dog. He shouted at the security guard. He's saying, no, treat them properly. So his love for animals, his love for humans was far. And if you see what happened at that Mumbai terrorist attack, the way Mr. Tata behaved with the employees is impeccable. Went to their houses, that is, and then you see the Air India crash now, and you see how the difference. Somebody said, if Mr. Tata was alive, how would he have dealt with the situation? I think that is value systems cannot come. It comes from generations who have given you. I remember there was a very large global company which was looking to expand its footprint into India. And they had given KPMG the assignment to do a strategy assignment for their growth strategy in India. And my team, which was there, they were talking because all the people had come from UK, the senior people, and they said, okay, we want to go. And they were saying, okay, we can get this company to partner with. So they, yeah, but we'll have to do due diligence. We will have to spend a lot of time on it. Just warn me when it is. Yeah. So they'll warn me with whatever it is. And so I said, so they called me into that meeting. I said, if I get Tatas for you, saying tomorrow morning we'll go and sign. We don't want to do any diligence. That is the brand you build. That is the value you put on the table. And that brand you can build yourself. There is one brand which is your company brand, and one brand which is you, and which people will regard you. Because sometimes I'll tell you, in our profession, people don't look at the brand behind you. They look at the brand sitting in front of them. And that's how they decide to give the work. So I think you should understand how you build your personal brand. It's very important. The last one is a small one, is a Spanish runner, Ivan Fernandez. This was a marathon race. That Kenyan runner who was ahead of him was not able to understand the signages, and he went to the wrong direction. What does this person do? He pushes him across the finish line, takes him there and finishes. And the reporter came and asked him, "You could have won this race. Why did you do it?" You know what his answer was? "What would my mother think of me?" This is the value system. He's saying he won the race. There was nothing, I have not done anything. He has actually won the race. So I think integrity and honesty should be integral to everything you do. You're growing up, you're young, you will have temptations. And those temptations are very easy. I remember my grandfather, I'm giving a personal experience because I used to come and say all these politicians are corrupt. In the dining table we used to sit. And he said, "I would like to see when you are in a position of power someday, and what happens when these situations come to you, how you will conduct yourself." And I can tell you the times when I went through those situations, I look up and say, I passed again. Because I've led my life on a very simple basis that I will not do things which I believe are wrong. My organization may not believe so sometimes. They wish to fight with me. But I would do things, okay, fortunately I was in the CEO's position, so I could take those executive calls. And I decided we will not do those things. And I became very unpopular, but that's the price you pay sometimes for being on the right path and doing the right thing. So leadership is not a popularity contest. If everybody thinks he has to be popular and everybody has to be cheering you, I can tell you it's as fake. The day you walk out from that leadership position, there is no cheerleaders left. They were cheering the position, not you. So you have to get to a position where they start cheering you, the individual. This is a small tree on a bamboo tree. I do not know if anybody's read about the Chinese bamboo tree. You put a Chinese bamboo tree into the soil, 5 months, nothing happens. Then 5 years, nothing happens, sorry. And the next 6 months, it jumps to 90 feet. So did the tree grow in 6 months? Or did it grow in 6 years? Or whatever that period was. So this is a bamboo tree. So what is this picture showing you? That bamboo tree looks very thin and scrawny, always bowing. And the tree which is on the side is strong and there. The storm comes, that tree is destroyed, the bamboo is still. So the point is, you should be humble, humility is a very, very important quality. You should be able to bow, you should be able to do the right things. And always stay grounded. Always stay grounded. Don't try to become bigger than who you are. Beginning comes from self-awareness also. But I would say humility is a great quality to have. So these are two things. Netflix, DVD used to sell DVDs, not rent DVDs. Now they went to, you see where Netflix today. I'm sure all of you are on Netflix. Or none of you on Netflix. How many on Netflix? Can you put up your hands? You're on that OTT platform? Not too many, okay. So I thought everybody would be on Netflix, but Netflix has become a creator, they've gone. So I want to show you how people evolve with time. And the next one is OnCloud. Have you heard of this OnCloud shoe? So OnCloud is the latest shoe which has come in. Roger Federer ran into a problem with Nike, was a brand ambassador of Nike. And there was a Swiss company who was produced this shoe. So when they didn't go to Roger Federer Federer went to them and they thought he will say, "Acha, mere ko brand ambassador bana do, pay me so many $1 million and I'll be over." He says, "No, I want to invest in your company." He invested 50 million euros into OnCloud. Today, OnCloud is one of the most popular shops. I remember I was in Japan recently with my daughter and my sister. And we went into the flagship store of OnCloud in Japan to buy the shoe, because obviously you also want to own one. And the girl stopped me, no, you can't go in. Give me your email address, and your next time that you can walk in is after 70 minutes. Your chance is after 70 minutes. And if you're not here in 10 minutes, your chance is gone. So the point is, it is such a popular shoe. And it has gained so much of popularity The valuation, so with 50 million euros which Roger Federer put in, he's also the brand ambassador, by the way, and he's become in multi-millions, his valuation. So the point is, you need to be smart and, and be ready for how do you, okay, this is Apple, the Apple story. If anybody, I'm a big fan of Steve Jobs. I'm very biased in my views on him. I've always believed him to be a leader who disrupted so many industries when he came in with that one phone. एक तो उसने BlackBerry को disrupt कर दिया. Completely disrupted BlackBerry and was a big problem which BlackBerry did not see what was coming with the iPhone, with the touch screen, with everything else. BlackBerry always believed the click is what everybody wanted. BlackBerry died. I was a big BlackBerry fan and a user. And so what was so great about Apple? Apple also makes phones. They also make computers like everybody else. They also hire people from the same colleges where everybody else hires. Apple was one of the most valued companies till NVIDIA came. Apple was the first company which hit a $3 trillion valuation. And they only sell phones and this thing. So what is so different? Because Apple decided we are going to ask the question, why? Not how we do it, not what we do, but why we do something. And they had a purpose. They wanted to make phones. I do not know anybody knows that the first time Apple came into being, it was, they didn't have any, it was an easy to use machine. You could just, Steve Jobs was always make it simple. People should be able to use it very simply and build the best product, give customers what they not even thought about, but what they should have. That was his whole thing. So these are again three people. If you take Disney, Walt Disney, where people saw swamps, he saw opportunity, he built Disneyland. Or, the one big thing about some of these companies, they have grown at the time when there was a crisis. Walt Disney came when there was the crisis in the 1929 to 1935 period when US was going through one of its worst phases in its thing. And this guy thinks, I want to put up Disneyland. He built Mickey Mouse. Of course, there were some failures when he started, but he made the most famous entertainment park. Nobody has seen it. Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, he used to sell his shoes through his car. He used to put the shoes into his car, go around selling it, and then build the brand, and over a period of time got it. So I think, each of these stories are worth reading to see what they can give us. I'm not going to do this one. Executive presence, very important. All of you going into your jobs. You don't land up in a job in pajamas, right? That may be the most cool thing to wear, but you have to be dressed well. So when you walk into a meeting room, people should feel your presence. And I think executive presence is very, very important. And I can tell you from young, I've been taught, dress well, people will, some respect comes because of that. Because you walk in, they say, oh, somebody's come. And my founding person, where I started my career, he said, if you wear a suit and tie, even the security guard will salute you. So every time I've got saluted by an unknown security guard, I always remember him and he said, if you wear this, you'll be saluted. So these are two stories I want to talk to you about discipline. One is the All Blacks. All Blacks is the rugby team of New Zealand. They have no superstar. Everybody is taught humility to be with each other and make each other succeed. Today they have got the win rate. Since the history of rugby, 75% win rate. No other team has had that kind of win rate. Because, I don't know, you must have watched their dance before the match starts, the kind of things they have for each other. The next one is Navy SEALs. Everybody thinks the Navy SEALs are very tough, very, all the macho guys, they are the guys who get into Navy SEALs. No. Navy SEALs, the people who get in, the people who will, even when they are down and out, will be able to fight back. They bring that emotional connect, they bring the endurance in them, and sometimes the weakest of the people also get, and the person who's willing to lay down his life for his colleague will help his colleague. That is the kind of things. All the other things are written. I'm going to read it here. They have uncompromising integrity, and we expect to lead and to be led. It's all about respect for each other, which makes people go. This is the book. I already told you about the books. Network. What is network? Wi-Fi. What is network? Honestly, the Wi-Fi is the new oxygen. If I take away Wi-Fi from here, I think all of you will be very angry. You throw stones now. So Wi-Fi has become the new oxygen. This is your network which you build. You are young, you're going to build your network. Please build your network. As you grow up in life, the only thing that matters is your network. The only thing that matters is your network. It is the most valuable asset you can build. So learn to build a network. Network is built by relationships, by etc. And because I know I'm running out of time, I'm not going to go into the ordinary, purpose. The Taj story, Karambir Singh Kang lost his wife and 2 sons, called up his mother and said, I've lost my family. She tells him, stay back and save as many lives as you can. This is a story of endurance, of purpose, where 33 employees of Taj gave up their life for people who they didn't know. They stood as shields before them and let the guest escape. They took the bullets on their chest and died for people who they didn't know. And when it was found out as to what happened, how did this come up? It was found that when Taj recruits people, they recruit them from Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. The only 2 qualities they look for is character and integrity. And when they bring them onto their roles, they teach kindness to them. That day, character, integrity, kindness was on full display. It's never happened in global history where 33 heroes have emerged from one event. There were 33 heroes who gave up their life to save guests out there. This is who's packing your parachute. So there is this fighter pilot over Vietnam, did 75 sorties. Air Force, sir, you will. So he did 75 sorties, and suddenly this one guy comes up to him. He was a Navy fighter, that Navy aircraft carrier. And one of the parachute wrappers, he came up to him, aren't you Plum? He said, yeah, but how do you know me? He's saying, I packed your parachute and you survived because of that. He started telling the story. Who is packing your parachute? Because that parachute is going to save you. So you find a person who's going to pack your parachute, who's going to cover your back when you are in trouble. That is something very important to learn from this story. And the last one I want to talk to you about is, we are juggling 5 balls. Family, health, friends, our spirituality, and work. The first 4 balls are glass balls. If they fall, they will break. The 5th ball, which is the job or the employment, is a rubber ball. It can bounce. Nothing happens. It bounces. It moves. If these 4 crack, you'll never get it back. And I just thought I want to leave this with you. When you lead your life, live a wholesome life, learn to balance the 5 balls. The first 4 are more important. The 5th, and we focus only on the 5th. Get your focus corrected. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard. That was an amazing session. Literally like of packing a 2-year MBA program into this 30 minutes of amazing sharing of wisdom. Thank you so much. I don't want to keep all these enthusiastic young minds out here with me who are eager to ask you questions, seek your advice. So I will just request them to start with their questions. So let me start from my left, the person on my extreme left. Can you go ahead and start your question?
Good morning, sir. My name is Vismaya. I'm from CT School of Management. So I heard that you're admired for your corporate governance. So can you say what are the pressing issues that is faced by India nowadays about this corporate governance issues? Is there any issues prevailing now?
So we are seeing all the frauds that are taking place. Though in my personal view, I think we have come a long way in corporate governance because I've been following it, I've been practicing it for a long time. I think we've come a long way, but we still got a long way to go. So all these frauds you're seeing every day getting reported, it's a failure of corporate governance. All the startup communities, all of you, some of you will go into startups. The one thing that you should keep, ensure that your governance is right. So governance, if you keep governance right, governance means you're doing the right thing. And I think we have come a long way, but there's still a long way to go. Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I am Abhiram from Asian School of Business. And I wrote a question. So in the world where the leaders face both global challenges and personal setbacks, I think resilience seems to play a very important role. And I would like to ask you, in your view, how does resilience help a leader in navigating the challenges in this diverse international environment, just like the Arjuna Ranatunga, the captain? And also, how can that resilience be turned into a driving force for the personal success?
So, yes, I should have spoken about it. It's a very good question. I think if I look at my personal life, it has been more failures than success. So all my success got built on failures. And I'll tell you what happened. Each time I failed, I could have done two things. One is revolt and move on, or find out what was those weaknesses and become stronger. So each time I failed, I emerged stronger than what I went into that. I learned. So we should have an open mind to learn. Secondly, if you are resilient, you will be able to bounce back. If you're not resilient, you'll collapse. And I think resilience is a very, very important skill. I would say resilience and flexibility. We should also be flexible, resilient, flexibility, and mobile. These are the three things if we keep, I think we can be very successful in our job or work that we do.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Aswathi. I'm coming from CT School of Management. So you have said that you have worked across the globe. So what is your opinion on Indian students, number of Indian students moving to abroad countries, hoping for better opportunities? What is your opinion on that?
So each one will take our own call, where do we want to work or not work. So I can only tell you, if we just take on a talent, person to person, I think India produces one of the best talents in the world. Person to person. You take any country, America, UK, Australia, anywhere, I think India produces the best talent. And in today's time, India offers the best opportunity also. So if we always look, grass looks green on the other side, and we look and say, you get a tourist view, but when you become real, it is not a tourist view anymore. So I think the opportunities in India are very good, and we should take it because it's a growth country. We are growing at 6-7%. So obviously the opportunities are big. Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
A very warm good morning to the respected dignitaries and all of you present here. My name is Mohammed Shehin and I am from Asian School of Business. Sir, first of all, thank you for giving us such a wonderful session. It was really nice hearing you speak about commitment, integrity and other moral values. Sir, I am a student who is on the verge of getting into this corporate industry. So my question is, from your 40 plus years of working experience, being in prominent roles in this corporate industry, what would be your advice to young blood like us on building the mental strength, the mindset, and the adaptability to thrive in this industry? Also, it would be nice if you could share a personal experience where your mental strength was put to test.
Sorry, where?
Your mental strength was put to test. A personal experience of yours.
Of what?
Of you.
Put to test what?
Your mental strength. Like where you were pressurized under a situation.
Okay.
Yeah, how did
Good.
you face it?
Yeah, okay. So, so I think the first thing I would suggest to you when you're getting into your corporate life, always do the right thing. Always. And you will be pressurized. There will be temptations. It's not about pressurization also. Temptation, I can make some money, I can do this, I can get a commission here, I can, So don't get tempted by it. And I can tell you that whenever I was in the position of power or where I could, I've never ever done the wrong thing. And it has been many large audits I've given up or not even taken, or large assignments which I've not taken because I felt there was something wrong with it. So I think each of us needs to go to our own conscience, because whatever it is, you can get away. Maybe you get away, nobody knows, but you got to sleep in the night. I read somewhere that there are givers and takers in this world. The takers may make a lot of money, but the givers sleep well at night. So I think, you have to sleep with your conscience, you have to be with it. So I would say always do the right thing, irrespective. So you don't need to be a cheerleader, get cheered for it. People may say you're doing wrong, are you a fool, why you're not doing it? Don't bother. There is no, I can tell you from my personal experience, there is no shortcut. Every shortcut is a long cut. Just imagine breaking the red light and the cops catching you there. Now, whatever time you wanted to save is gone because you're not arguing with him when you're fine. So I think there is no everything. So do the right thing. You will finally reach your destination. So don't let small temptations tempt you. That's all I can leave you.
To the right. Yes. Hi, good morning, sir. My name is Bharat from DC College. So I wanted to ask, being experienced over the years, how did you manage your work-life balance and personal relationships?
Okay. First, I think I don't believe in the word work-life balance. I know I'm going to be hated for it with this Gen Z sitting here. But I think it's work-life harmony. How can we harmonize our work and our life? If you love doing what you are doing, it adds to it. But you should be smart enough to be able to do your work in a given period of time so you get enough time. I give you the 5-ball theory. Follow the 5 balls. How do you balance the 5 balls in your life? And you can keep yourself fit, you can keep yourself spiritual, you can keep yourself with your family and friends. Because what happens many times, somebody who's worked ruthlessly, at the end of his life, when he suddenly hangs up his boots, he has no friends. All the friends are gone. So I think we need to cultivate, we have to become full human beings. We have to become human beings and we need to be able to enjoy. I think one of the speakers in the morning session said, let's enjoy our life. So I think we should learn to enjoy life. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. I am Athira and I am from CET School of Management. And my question is that what keeps you motivated after such a long and professional journey?
What motivates me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what motivates me is, I had a dream which is still unfulfilled. Let me talk about it. My dream at some stage in my life, this idea came to me, how do I touch 1 billion lives? How do I touch 1 billion lives? Now, this is like ridiculous thinking, but this is still stuck with me. I've been trying to find the answer, how I can work with something which gets said. So that is my unfulfilled dream. And if I'm keeping on working, I want to reach somewhere there. And I want to see through my work, if I can make an impact on people's lives, all that I've learned in these 40 years, can I give it back? So it's places like this that I come, or anywhere else in my own firm, when I talk to the youngsters, I give them some of my experiences, not so good experiences, so they can learn from it and don't make the same mistakes. So all of you sitting here are going to listen to 3 more leaders. Learn from what mistakes they made. Don't make that mistake. You're getting a free lesson of being able to not do things what are not right. So learn from it, take notes. If you don't, you will forget it after this talk is over. After this. So take as many notes as possible.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. I'm Shaheen from DCSMAT, first year MBA. So my question is, sir, you are related to some education institutes like IIMs and ASB. So my question is, what are the skills we students should focus on more in this generation?
I would only say take your classes seriously. You know the one subject, all of you are doing MBA, do you attend the HR class? You bunk it, right? You think it's unimportant. Tell me honestly, do you attend HR?
Yes.
You attend?
OB class, we have OB class.
Whatever, huh? So OD, you attend?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm attending.
You're making honest statement?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So what happens is most of the MBA students, the HR class is one class they don't want to attend. Bolta isme kya hai? Okay. But I'll tell you one thing. As you grow up, one thing which you want to focus on, you're saying, focus on people. Ultimately, as you grow up, you're dealing only with people. And if you not focus on HR, while the time was when they were teaching you, you won't know how to deal with people. So if one advice I have to give, focus on your HR classes and the similar. Focus on the soft skills. Focus on what will make you a good leader. Focus, they don't look very attractive, but that is what is going to make you at that time. Because in life, we connect our dots much later. All that we learn gets connected at some part in your life. So today you are learning here, you may do some other, and please don't stop your learning. Finishing MBA after second year doesn't mean you stop. Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Hima. I'm from CET School of Management. So, thank you for your wonderful session. It was really inspiring. So, my question is, actually, if I may quote you, you said making money the right way. And you gave a lot of importance to the value system. So, I want to ask, how have your experiences shaped your approach to ethical governance in professional services? And I also, if you don't mind, kindly give us an example where your ethical values contradict with the policy of company policies and how you managed it.
So company policy is what?
Contradicted with your values.
Okay. So the one reason that I joined, I was working in another organization and I joined KPMG. I only joined because they believed in values. For me, I will not work in any organization. I've changed 2 jobs in my life. That's it, in my entire career. And I can tell you the one reason was where the mentor died, my mentor died, and I thought the soul is gone. So I moved. That's the time I joined Athira. But I'll tell you one thing, in the professional services firm, generally what they teach you is integrity and honesty. It's in the corporate world that certain things happen which are very different, but in our profession we don't. But we get opportunities to work with clients who may not do the right thing. So we don't take it. I can tell you, I can't use the names because it's not good to put in public, but there are many companies which I did not take the audit for. And assignments I have not taken from some very big groups and huge fees. I mean, my CEO at that time when I was not the CEO, he said, how can you say no to this? I said, no, I will not do it. And I will not let you do it in the firm also. Because I will stand up for this. This is not right what we are doing. So I think we should be able to stick our head out. We should not bother about a job. I never bothered. First of all, let me tell you, money has never motivated me. Money has never motivated me. It is, and I can tell you, if you don't chase something, that thing will come with you or after you. The more you chase something, the more it becomes elusive. So they say, I'm going to say something which maybe, I don't know what it is. You want to date a girl, don't show your interest in her. She will get interested in you. So, because girls will find, arey, ye aadmi mere ko interest nahi de raha hai. So I think the point is, keep your, chase things which are right and do the right thing. The problem with most of us is, we keep talking of our past, and we dream about the future. We don't live our present. So start learning to live in the present. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, team. I think we may have time for one question from the audience. Maybe one. If anyone would like to ask a question to Richard, please raise your hand. The mic will come to you. Yes, there is. I see a hand going up. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, sir. Okay, hi, sir. I'm Gobika from TIIM. And I want to ask you this question. You have said that we have to learn from mistakes, and we have 3 more life to share here. So I want to know, and please share one mistake that you have made in this 40 years of journey.
So if I have to give you, it'll be another 1 hour of lecture. I don't have that. Mr. Sudhanshu is waiting now for his turn. If I have to start telling you how many mistakes I've made, but I can tell you one thing. I will share one experience with you. When I was at Arthur Andersen, I did not make it to partner when I thought I should have. I got very angry. And then after 15 days of anger went away, I said, no, something must be wrong with me. I worked on myself. And I can tell you I became a much better leader. So, and not, okay, just to complete that story, next year they made me partner. And the year after next, they gave me 5 promotions, which said people who made it to partner 5 years before, they took it to that level. Because what I learned in that 1 year was how to become a better professional. Actually, mistakes bring out the best in you. It makes you dig into your reservoir of talent, which you did not think it existed. Basically, I'm a shy guy. I'm very introvert, okay? So I could never think I could ever come and speak on a stage. One day, they told me you have to come and speak, and there was no script, there was nothing. And I spoke. And then I said, oh, I have this talent. I didn't know I had it. So many times your talents are discovered in very difficult situations. You may be nervous. And whenever I come to speak, let me tell you, I'm very nervous. I've got the things in my, butterflies in your stomach. Kya hoga, how the audience will react. But I think that nervousness is good. Nervousness is good. In life, we need clear air turbulence every time to wake us up. Otherwise, we become just dead weight. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, thank you, Richard, for this amazing masterclass. If I may take a few minutes to summarize some of the key points that you made. You started the session by talking about commitment. Yes, and a very important aspect in our lives. And you talked about how uncertainty is the new normal. As a person from the 60s, I was reminded of the Bob Dylan song, Times They Are Changing. Yes, they are. You also talked about how leadership is all about impact and purpose, and how you should anticipate the change and shape the future. Gave those wonderful examples of Jensen, and also how the Sri Lankan cricket team, who were ranked outsiders, nobody gave them a chance, how they actually transformed themselves and won the Cricket World Cup. Yes, but you said success doesn't come easy. Behind the success of Usain Bolt or anyone whom you see, you highlighted the hard work, the sweat, the tears, and the dedication that go into it. So please make a note of that. Success doesn't come easy. And Richard also talked about leading from the back. As leaders, you don't always take the front position. You always make sure that you allow others also to take that position. Richard talked about cultivating a distinct edge. Several key points in that. He talked about how to reinvent yourself and lifelong learning. My dear friends, I hope you sincerely took to heart that advice of reading 30 pages a day. I can tell you that is going to make a big difference. Talked about honesty. Don't sell anything which you are not going to buy. Be honest to yourself. And critical and anticipatory thinking, how it can actually transform you. The important thing which I learned or listened was about integrity. how that can be an anchor in turbulent times. When life throws everything at you, it is the integrity that is actually going to help you steer amidst all the storm and amidst all the confusion. Doing the right thing even when nobody is watching. That's what integrity is all about. And of course, humility. Wonderful example of the bamboo tree. How it actually bows down when it actually faces the storm. Thank you. And of course, being accountable, taking ownership, and finally, the importance of networking. Your network is all about how you network. Thank you for again pointing about purpose, how that incident which happened in Taj actually showed purpose. True purpose can really help people do the right thing, doing the right thing, whatever it matters. I liked your definition about work-life balance in the Q&A. It was about harmony and not work-life balance. And of course, the advice to focus on the soft skills, connecting the dot. Richard, may you not just touch billion lives, may you touch 1 trillion lives. Thank you so much for being here with us today and sharing those amazing insights. And on behalf of AIMA and TMA, I would like to thank you from our hearts for this amazing session. Thank you so much. Let's give a big hand to Richard for his interesting insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Kurup, for steering this session with such clarity and depth. And a heartfelt thank to Mr. Richard Rekhy for sharing insights that truly set the tone for the day. Your stories and strategies have sparked reflection and renewed purpose. And I would also like to thank our dear student volunteers. Moments like these deserve to be remembered. As a gesture of thanks, we now invite Professor Kurup to present a memento to our speaker, Mr. Richard Rekhy, in recognition of the insights and inspiration that has shared. I would also like to invite Mr. K.M. Shyam, our silver sponsor, to kindly hand over a token of our appreciation to Professor Kurup for his valuable time. Thank you. Before we begin the next session, I invite our student panelists to please come forward and take their places on stage.